Right, I want to say welcome to 9 at Night. Every weekday night, it is Monday night, and this is the best part in my book. It's all about the speech. I'm going to be introducing my co-host in just a bit, but it's so important to know that your words matter, and you can change the world one person at a time with what you say. And that's why we give a practice round for anybody that wants to say something on the stage in front of others and become an actually paid speaker. Wow, what a dream. You see them, you hear them, and it's just absolutely incredible. But right now, I want to go ahead and introduce my co-host with 9 at Night, Monday night. We are changing the world one person at a time. I can't say enough. So I have Mr. Shawn Walker. And I just want to say welcome to one other incredible night, Shawn.
Thank you, Christine, and welcome guests. We're excited to be here this Monday night. We have guests. I'm excited about our guests tonight, but I'm just excited. I had a great weekend. My week is starting off to be great. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. And thank you for having me, Christine. This is a joy to be doing this, and we're having fun. Continue.
Definitely so. Well, we always start off with some speaking tips before we introduce our guests. So, Shawn, I always have you kickstart this.
Thank you. And this portion I'm going to start out tonight. Tonight's tip is expand your vocabulary. I'm a master coach, master communicator. And how we do this, I'm going to only give 2 tips on this because of our time tonight, but I'm excited about this. And the first tip is find new vocabularies. Listen to podcasts when they're speaking. If you want to expand your vocabulary, you want to stretch your vocabulary, add new words to your vocabulary. Listen to podcasts on finance. Listen to the politicians as they use words. So learn new words. I challenge you. Listen to the History Channel. All of these are a great way to increase your vocabulary. Get away from the typical books or the TV shows that you watch because you can't expand your vocabulary that way. You have to introduce yourself to new things where you are challenging yourself and it stretches you. Tip number 2, use a word puzzle. Go on Webster Dictionary. They have a lot of games there. And I do that myself. And I pick a word, I start to research, look at the definition of the word, and I also look at the synonym of the word just to be able to expand and expound my vocabulary. I can use extemporaneous words, which is great when we're here on 9 at Night on Monday. But those are just a couple of tips I wanted to give. I just want to give you guys, expand your vocabulary, adds a lot of value to your speech. And I want to turn it over to you, Christine.
Excellent. I love that. And that is so absolutely important when it comes to your words and always learning those words each and every day. Another item I want to talk about personally is when you think about public speaking, you think, oh, I have to be like this person or like this person. You want to actually be you. And here's 3 tips on how to be you. So don't think of public speaking as acting. Think of it as a conversation with a friend. When you're on that stage, if you watch, I watch a lot of TEDx talks and I watch a lot of Toastmaster competitions, worldwide talks. And you seem like they're just talking to you and nobody else. So just act like you're talking to a friend. And the second one is don't hide behind the formalities and language used by the royalty. Use expressions and vocabulary that actually reflects you. It's all about being you, being real. And that's the fun part. People get to see you. So we got to take that mask off. And the last tip is don't be a copycat by trying to mirror the image of another speaker. The ones out there will know you're doing this. And it's not you. It'll feel weird. That vibration and energy will feel weird because they'll know something's not quite right. They're a smart audience. Learn from others and apply where it resonates and work for you. Find your happy place. And I can't say that enough. Your happy place is what makes the speech. And that is my tips for tonight. Shawn, I just love your tips. Let's, as a master coach, let's talk about really quick. We're going to talk about this at the end of this meeting too, about all that you do. But let's talk about the top 3 things why somebody needs a master coach like yourself.
Well, for number 1, guidance. We all need to develop our style and skill set. So for guidance, that would be the first thing. That's what coaches do. Coaches are not like your family, your friends, or your buddies. We are there to listen. We are there to coach you along the way to succeed and watch you acquire your journey, your success, the success of your journey. We're there to celebrate with you as well. I enjoy that. We're there to celebrate with you. Not more so the big wins, but the small wins, the small steps, because that's where the value's at. And that's what's going to keep you consistently doing it. And if you're consistently showing up, then you're going to achieve that goal. When you have a coach, you have someone that's going to be there every step of the way to get your desired result.
Excellent. I just wanted everyone to know, start thinking about that, Mr. Coach Shawn. Right now, thank you so much for the speaker tip that you gave, Shawn. Our audience, are you ready to be a speaker? It is all about the speech. So let's start thinking about that right now. We're going to be able to listen to our incredible guest. I'm so excited. Her name is Karen Vaughn. And let me tell you a little bit about her. It's absolutely amazing. She's a healthcare professional who transitioned into a marketing and public relations. And she's worked for Florida nonprofit organization, which is affiliated with the Greater Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce. She holds a bachelor's degree in marketing management from Florida Metropolitan University, and I'm currently completing a master's degree from the Phoenix University in mental health. I absolutely love this. And she's also an author of a book that's selling on Amazon. It's titled The Essence of a Woman, Bold, Beautiful, and Resilient, and Overcoming the Challenges Without Losing Yourself. I love it. So now I'm excited for us to meet Karen Vaughn.
Okay, here I am, everybody, and thank you for that introduction, Christine. I'm happy to be on your show and with yourself and Shawn. I know Shawn is into the public speaking arena, and you are a host of this show. So I'm just so happy to be on this show today, and thank you for that great introduction. And as Christine said, yes, my name is Karen Vaughn, and I'm in the medical profession, of course, and transitioning into the public speaking arena. And my story is I'll start out with this phrase: our struggles are part of our success story. And I don't know if the audience can relate to this, but we all go through struggles in our life, in our lifetime, and some more than others, of course. And sometimes we're scared to talk about all of the things that we've been through because we think that we're going to be judged, and so we keep everything inside, and we don't talk about a lot of the things that has happened to us maybe in our past, but it has happened, and it's a part of our story, it's a part of our life. And so for me, my story is that, of course, I before I when COVID hit, actually, I have to tell you this, but when COVID hit, and there was a lot of disturbances going on. A lot of women, found themselves at home with kids. Parents, single mothers were, some single parents lost their jobs, they weren't working, and people were just going crazy. And I mean, mental health was at an all-time high at that time because people thought that they didn't know what to do. No one knew what to do. And so this is when I decided that I wanted to finish my story and write my book about the essence of a woman. And the reason I chose the essence of a woman is because if you look at the word essence, what does that mean to you? It means our inner self, our being, the whole idea of our essence. And it's not only for women, but for men as well. But because I'm a woman, I can relate to what women go through in life. And for me, I actually struggled with myself for a long time because, I felt that I wasn't good enough at one point in my life. I got married very early in life. And so the person I got married to was a total idiot. And he would put me down. And of course, I went through some type of physical and verbal abuse. And so I reached a low point in my life at a very young age. And I decided that I couldn't go on like this. He didn't want me to go to school, to finish college, to get my education. And I was just in a dark place at that time. And then because of my faith and my strength, I decided that this was not for me. I picked up myself out of that dark place. I mean, it took a lot of strength, took a lot of mentally, for me to just pick up and leave that marriage, come out of that marriage, went back to school, got my education and my degree. And then, of course, I do have children as well. So I have a child. And so I decided a little bit after that, I decided to write my book. And I kept writing stories, but I kept putting it off. So I just had little excerpts from what I wanted to write, but I never put the whole thing together. So when COVID hit, I remembered I have all my stories written down, but I just didn't have it put all together. And I said, when everything was at a standstill, I said, this is the time that I need to write this book, because then I can probably tell my story and in turn make other women, feel better about themselves. And if I could go through this that I went through my struggles, because I'm not going to give the whole book away, but I'll tell you, if I could go through these struggles and I can come out on top, the way I am now, then I can help other women. And this is the reason why I wrote this book. It's because I wanted to show that no matter what we could go through, once we have our faith, and once we have once you have your strength, and you have your mindset, you know what you're capable of doing. We all know that we're capable of doing something great in our lives, and we all know what we want to do or what we should do. And so once you put your mind to something, it's all about mindset and consistency, determination, strength. And this is what I did, and this is how I pulled myself out of my dark place. And now, as Christine told you, I'm currently completing a master's degree in mental health, and I have my book, and I also am working in the medical field as well. And so by completing my book, The Essence of a Woman, last year, I've now added author to my resume. And I believe I can tell my story now, and this will inspire others. This is what I want to do. This will help others to realize that they can achieve anything they make up their minds to do. And I will strive to keep motivating and therefore making a difference in my community and eventually the world. And so my motto is also, this is my motto as well, that all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Therefore, I look forward right now to this new chapter of my life with, a lot of enthusiasm and vigor. And so this is a part of my story. My book is out on Amazon, and it's called The Essence of a Woman. And as Christine mentioned, it's about strength, courage, determination, persistence, and faith, because you have to have faith in something to pull you out of your dark place, whatever dark place that you find yourself in, which many of us find ourselves in at some point in our lives. If we don't have that faith, and we don't have, if we don't have that encouragement and faith inside of us, we cannot pull ourselves up. And so this is how I was able to pull myself out of my dark place. And I will always try to inspire other young women as well that are going through anything that they're going through, because I know especially now there's a lot of young women that are experiencing mental issues because of maybe because of the COVID situation. It could also be because of maybe they're going through some abusive relationships or anything in their lives that it's not that they feel that they need to speak to someone about, or maybe pull themselves out of a certain dark place in their life. I would want to inspire these young women and let them know that they can do whatever they put their minds to do. Okay.
Well, and what we're going to do, I just absolutely am impressed with you. Absolutely. It takes so much courage to be able to share your innards outwards.
Yes. And as everyone said, oh, you don't even look like what you've gone through. And I said, well, no, I went through that at an earlier part in my life. I'm older now, but still I don't reflect it, because I've always been a happy person. I've always no matter what I was going through, nobody knew, because it wouldn't show outwardly. I kept everything inside, but I would never show it, like if you saw me out there, you'd never know, because it was never my outward appearance. So
I love The Essence of a Woman. I love that title, but also overcoming the challenges without losing yourself. That is the big ticket inside. So many, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. There are many on both sides that have gone through what you've gone through and felt lost. I chose, and I was married young and had a similar upbringing with that before I chose to take a stand for myself. So I understand, and I'm just so proud of you that you were able to do this. Shawn could not say enough incredible things about you. Shawn, you got some
Yes.
for her.
Yes, yes. Shawn is incredible too, because I know he's also a speaker. He encourages kids. You know, I see him at the schools with all the young children, because that's what they need these days, you know, especially the younger generation. You know, they need role models. They need someone to look up to. And I think Shawn is one of the people that this is what he wants to do. He wants to leave a mark, out there. He wants to encourage the young people to, do better, to be better, or be their best selves. And this is what they need right now, especially in this kind of climate. And, with what's going on right now, we need a lot of people like Shawn and like yourself, to encourage these young people, to let them feel that, it doesn't matter what they are going through in life. They can always do something with their selves, make themselves better, try to be a better person, and they can come out on top. If we don't set examples for these kids, how are they gonna learn? How are they gonna know the right path to go in? Some of them don't even have parents that are teaching them the right things. And this is the reason why the world is the way it is right now. And, so our generation, or, we have to teach these younger ones coming up, show them the light. Shawn, what do you think about that? Is Shawn still there?
I'm
he's
here.
there.
I'm
Here
here. I'm
here
just
is
listening.
here's
I'm
the
just
website.
listening.
This is Amazon Prime with your book on here, and the rates are absolutely amazing. It's only $7.50 to get a paperback. That's absolutely excellent. Kindle is 99 cents. You definitely want everybody to read this.
And that's the introductory price, because it's a new, as I mentioned, I'm a new author. And so I do have another book coming out later on, but this is the introductory price on this. And then it will go up a little bit after this. But for right now, yes, this is a price. So you can go on there and, read the story and get my book, and read about my story. And this, hopefully, I'm hoping that this will inspire you as well, for the people that don't know, or that have gone through any similar obstacles, or any kind of anything that they've gone through in their lives. Once you read the story, it will inspire you, to realize that you can achieve anything.
Excellent. Well, I just wanted it to be recorded, so anyone watching this will know exactly where to find that book.
Yes.
And I have a lot to say. I was just taking some notes as Karen was speaking, and just looking at some of the things that she talked about. She talked about young women and inspiring young women. I think that's so important right now, especially with the way the world is moving right now, and all of the influences that are out here for young women. I was an early teenage parent, so there's a lot of lessons that I share with both male and females in regards to my challenges when I was their age, like 15, 14, 16, and some of the challenges that I faced. And it's interesting because when I tell them my story, they can connect right off the bat. And then as I share a lot more of my life story, and I tell them how many kids I ended up with, they're like blown away. But they need examples. You use a great word, examples. I don't like to say role models. I like to say examples, because when they start seeing more examples of people that have been through and have overcame, then that gives them a clear vision, because they can see that. That's something that's tangible. And it don't have to be in their face every day. they can see that. I've been where I'm at now for 6 months, and there's kids that I've touched their life in just like 5 to 6 months. And these kids have changed my life as well. For example, I had a young lady, she's 13 years old. Every other word she said was a cuss word. So I asked her, I was like, why every word you say is a cuss word? She said, my mama cuss, my grandmama cuss, my sister cuss. So I said, aha. So this is the environment thing. And it's so important because you can't change your environment, but you don't have to be a product of your environment as well. So what I did, I had her give her an evaluation of me giving a speech. I did a 5-minute speech. And I said, well, I recorded it. So I was like, you did an evaluation of me. I gave her 3 minutes. This is something that I train adults to do. She did it in 3 minutes, and she did not say one cuss word. She had ADD, which she has a twitch. And when she's saying these words, you can see her with the twitch. Well, she did the evaluation of me. I noticed the twitch wasn't even there, and it's all recorded. And I say, look, you didn't even do the twitch you said that you had. So I want you to take this home and show your grandmama, show your mama, and show your sister how you did something for the first time that you never did, and you learned that in 5 minutes. So that's something that the way I impact the youth, and I'm excited to be doing that. Like you said too, you talked about the faith, and you need faith, but faith without works is dead. So you got to put the two are together. You got to have the faith, but you also got to do the work in order for that to work. So I really like that, and I'm just thankful. You went back to school. You acquired a master's degree. That's a great feat. I don't know when you went back, but that's a great thing you did when you pulled yourself out of the dark place. And wrote a book on top of that. And you spoke about dreams come true. They do. If you're persistent and you're consistent, it will come true. It will manifest in your life. And I'm a living witness of that. So I just thank you.
And you're right, because all your dreams can come true, but you got to have the courage to pursue them. Like you said before, faith without works is dead. So that's another thing. Your dreams can come true, but you do have to have the courage to pursue them.
I'm curious to where you're going to take this. What's next for you?
Well, what's next for me is that I'm coming up with another book, and it's going to be, of course, our mindset. The title, I don't have the title really set in stone yet, but it's going to be about how our mindset, how what we think about ourselves, how that affects. Just like Shawn was saying, because this young lady heard, cursing around her every day. She, her mother cursed, her sister cursed, everyone in her family cursed, and so that's how she, her environment made her think that this was the way to go. This was something that was, something that it's a norm for her, because this is what she hears around her every day. And I'm a strong believer that we can change a lot of these young women, men, their mind. It all boils down to their mindset and their environment. If we could change that aspect of it, we can really, really make a big difference in a lot of people's lives. If we can just, try to reach them and try to just change their mindset around a little bit. Because as Shawn said, it's their environment, and it's what they grew up with, what they've seen around them, and they think that this is the only way to go, because they're basically copying what they see their adult parents or their peers and people around them doing. And this is why sometimes they get caught up in all these different things that are going around because, you know, they have no one to tell them that this is wrong. And, you know, their mindset has to change in order for us to even make a dent in their lives. Their mindset definitely has to change. And so this is the next chapter of my book. And as I said, because I'm, you know, I studied mental health, so of course that will certainly help. And so this is my next phase now to you know, delve deeply or more, you know, deeper into that aspect of it. And so I will let you know the title of my book once I once I decide on the actual title, but it's coming up.
A couple of thoughts that I had. I know you're familiar with Soup for the Soul, where they have it for teenagers, for parents. You could do a duo where one is strictly for teenagers and one is for parents. So those are some thoughts too, because to really reach out for the teen, it needs to be both the parent and the child, like what Shawn's workshops do. He has the parents, and now the parents need to be taught. So you could do the same thing with your book. I think that'd be very powerful to get a movement over there to reach both. Have them in the school libraries. Work with the districts or with the educators to have it kind of mandatory for them to read. There's a long way that you could go with that. So that's absolutely exciting.
I could even do courses online eventually, you know. Yeah.
The sky's the limit. It's unlimited what you can do. But I'm so proud of you, and so thanks for being on. So we'll have to have you back on when the book is out. And I know you'll keep in touch with Shawn and work with fun different speaking things. He's an excellent coach.
Yes. Shawn is great. Yes, we actually met at the Les Brown conference as well. So that's where I actually met Shawn, and he's great, you know. And I see what he's been doing in the community, and you know, with the kids and everything. And I just think that's, you know, that's a great agenda that he has. And so I said to him, we could partner together and do a lot of things together as well. And I'm so appreciative of you having me on your you know, on your show, on your podcast. And I'm happy to meet you as well, Christine. And thank you. I do thank you and Shawn for having me on.
Excellent. We appreciate you. Well, it definitely is all about Karen Vaughn and her book and the next new upcoming book. We're so excited to wait until that comes, and we'll definitely have her back. I'm just excited. Now, are you ready to be a speaker? Anybody can start this anytime with just an idea. Get a hold of us, 9atnight.com. Go to contact us and tell us that you want to be on here. You have something you want to share and talk about, and we would love you to do that. Now, a moment with Shawn Consulting. I just want to speak a little bit about my co-host. He definitely is a master presenter. He has put in the time, he's put in the training, and he has trained many others. And you just heard him mention his youth group that's just making leaps and strides. But what he does, he helps you overcome the fear of public speaking. He helps you establish better communication skills, becoming a better leader. So the number to get him is 954-818-2299. 954-818-2299. I want him to introduce his kids' nonprofit program. Shawn?
And thank you, Christine. And thank you, guests, for listening. MFL, which stands for Motivating Future Leaders. This is a great program. We're looking to scale up this program. We're looking for partnerships. This program is a youth enrichment program where I help individuals with their communication skills, but not just skills, their styles only. We've been around almost 6 years. We've just launched at the North Lauderdale Library. We're closing out our first session. Our last session will be tomorrow. That's right. And we will be kicking back up around August. This is a great program. These youth are having so much fun. We have a whole new just bunch of ideas that we're incorporating in the program to expand not only them as leaders, but their vocabulary. So we have just an amazing system that we're about to put in place over there. We'll be doing presentations, PowerPoints, helping the kids with computer literacy. I know a lot of them are very computer literate, but we will be helping them to develop their skills in that aspect as well. It's a great program. It's
Excellent. And it is. And I'm so excited. I'm so glad you're my co-host. What we're going to do, we're at the end of our show. We're so excited. We tune in every Monday night so you can get our wonderful guest and listen and meet them and be thinking about yourself. I can't say enough. Contact us at 9atnight.com on the contact page and sign up. And let's get you on here with 9 at Night with Shawn Walker and myself. Right now, it's at the end of our show. Again, thank you so much for being 9 at Night. Thank you so much, Karen Vaughn. And thank you, my co-host, Shawn Walker.
Thank you.